Welcome, everyone. You're listening to Nephology, the podcast dedicated to crypto, accounting, business, finance, and much, much more. I'm Joe David, the founder of Nephos Group in Myna. Please note that all conversations recorded are professional opinions, and if you'd like to know more or gain support, please reach out to the team directly. Now, on to the next episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode from the Nephology podcast, where we have a part 2 talking about crypto accounting as a career path. We'll be talking about the future of accounting, specifically within the crypto space, and I will be your host today, Jamie Nuttall, the head of crypto tax for Myna. I have the lovely Gavin with me today, all the way from Dot. Sorry.
That's revenge. That's revenge. Sweet revenge. I'll take that.
Please do introduce yourself, Janita.
I'm Janita and I look after sales and marketing at the Dot HQ. I've been with Dot since 2 years, since its inception. And a little bit about Dot. We help accounting firms and SMEs meet the skill shortages, the ongoing skill shortages, by providing them the resource support that they need. And, we're all aware of how huge challenge it is to find the right people with the right skills these days. So the journey begins with accounting firms outsourcing their jobs to our pods, our professionals on demand, like I said, our superheroes. So in essence, they are your full-time team members. It's just that they are located in a different country, and also they come without the hassles of having office space or, the recruitment, the whole training process, giving them their whatever, software, hardware, all of that. So without all of those hassles, you can have an exclusive member working for you. And once they're set up, you can also, have your own offshore team if you're planning to grow your business. So that's how we help them.
Perfect. So last episode, Janita called me Gavin, which is why I introduced her as Gavin. So we are now even, as far as I'm concerned.
One all.
So I suppose the question today really, there's many questions, but the main one is crypto accounting going to stay? Now, from my perspective, I hope so. My entire life is around the crypto space. My work, my career, my savings, everything for me has something to do with the crypto space. So I hope it will stay. Now, will it? Who knows? It might be gone tomorrow. We just don't know. However, I truly believe that it's going to stay on sort of some level. So really, we want to know a few things. We want to know a few things from Dot in terms of how you guys are attracting talent, and I'll discuss how Myna are trying to attract talent as well. Because, like I said, is it going to be here tomorrow? We hope so, and I'm sure it's a concern on many people's minds. So what are you guys doing at the moment, Janita, around talent acquisition, full stop?
So we're always looking for new talent, especially people who are, open to adapting to learning new skills and, expand their knowledge. But particularly with crypto accounting, we see a lot of young talent that is interested in trying new skills. So, but getting that talent, like I said earlier, right place at the right time with the right skills, that the whole synergy of that can be a little bit of a challenge. But we've been very lucky so far. We've got a great team of young professionals working with us. So it looks good. It looks promising to me. And we have a lot of demand for accountants, whether it's freshers or experienced, qualified, different levels, different categories. So it looks good right now. And I feel that the younger lot are more open to trying different things, like, for example, crypto, So it looks good, looks promising.
Yeah, that's good to hear. That's very good to hear. I mean, from our perspective, obviously, for those who don't know, at Myna we only deal with crypto client personnel. It doesn't mean we don't do sort of traditional accountancy, because we do, as long as you've got some form of crypto involved in there. Now, what that means is the people that we're looking for have to be at least willing to learn. And a lot of people come in going,
Right.
what do I need to know? Like, what level do I need to come in? And we, just like any other firm, we accommodate for those wanting to learn, already learning, those that are leading the industry. Perhaps there's always room for almost anyone that wants to get involved, as long as there is a passion. Don't get me wrong. If the crypto space shuts down tomorrow night, overnight, I'm out of a job, but I still have the skill set that I've learned to apply myself elsewhere, which
Yes.
is why the accounting and tax knowledge is always number one before anything else.
Right. Right.
So, from your perspective and the demand on the crypto savvy people, and your growth and finding relevant personnel for us and anyone else, do you have any questions on how it works, what sort of thing they would need to know, or anything like that?
Absolutely. Like, what do you look for? Like you said already, people who already have an accounting background but are keen in learning. You think them having any pre-existing knowledge, like for example, if they're already investing in crypto or already quite deep into crypto, that helps. So what do you look for, like apart from the basic accounting traditional knowledge that they have?
I look firstly and foremostly for integrity. I think integrity is extremely important in any sort of career path, especially this one.
I agree.
As you probably imagine, crypto still has a negative stigma in certain areas, and we need to overcome that and some. So I look for integrity, making sure I can trust the person to obviously do their job and to achieve what they want to achieve. Because if they
Right.
tell me that their goal is to learn about crypto and do their best and try hard, and then what they actually mean is I don't really care. That's
Mm,
not gonna fit with us, because we strive to be the best, and it's difficult. And all we ask is for a bit of integrity, I guess, to start off with.
yeah.
And I suppose accountability is a very close second. You can talk to any member of my team. I empower them so much, to the point where I sometimes think I'm giving them too much responsibility uh, over certain things. But I fully trust my team, and I fully believe in their ability. And if they have questions, they will come to me or each other first to discuss it. So yeah, I think those two were integrity and accountability are probably number one and two.
From whatever I spoke to the team members working with you and their experience of working in crypto, they really look up to you. And I think they learn so much from you. And I think they really enjoy. The sense I get is that they really enjoy working with Myna. And I think, like we spoke in the earlier episode, that there isn't much knowledge out there apart from what you get online. Learning from somebody who's been there, done that, that's invaluable, I think. So I think what you're sharing with them is fantastic for them, for their
No,
growth, for their progression, everything.
I appreciate that, and I'll give him a £10 thank you for putting my name in good light there. Um, no, it's good to hear that they're having a good time, and I think that's important to portray for our listeners, who hopefully will be those thinking about getting into the industry. I think, for someone who's come from a background of traditional tax management, tax planning, and compliance, and all that, it's almost exactly the same. The difference is you just need to know a little bit about something else to make the appropriate adjustments. We've had a few people recently, I say a few, a couple of people recently looking for, wanting to get into the space, and both of them were very worried about crypto, rightly so. They're like, oh, what if I put all my eggs in one basket? What happens then? And I'll say the same thing to you guys as I said to them. You'll always have the skill set to fall back on.
Fall
if
back
that makes
on.
sense.
Right.
If anything goes
Yeah.
wrong, hopefully it doesn't. But I suppose from that light and the glowing testimonial from the team, we've asked them a few more questions, which on top of what we did in the last episode. Shall we divulge into their answers then and see what they're saying?
Yeah, I think one of the questions that we asked them was if their expectations of the role that before they went into it, does it differ to what they're actually doing now? So one of the answers that I thought was quite cool was that they said that we thought that the role would involve a lot of market analysis and, maybe in-depth knowledge about coding. But after they spent time and they started working, they realized that, you didn't need to know so much coding. It was more to do with like different aspects of the crypto industry. Like, I'm going to read this because I'm not very well versed with crypto. Different aspects of crypto industry like staking, liquidity pools, and staying updated with the latest tax regulation.
I mean, he's summed that up in a nutshell. Really, that's exactly it. It's almost 0% coding, and it's all about knowing what staking is, what liquidity pools are, knowing, understanding the sort of tax legislation and guidance, and going right, what applies, what doesn't apply, how does it work, and I suppose it's very important in this line of business to be open minded and understand that you're not always going to get it right, and there will be people that can give you education on it. Like, we have a couple of members of the team who are with us for the last maybe 6 months, and they are coming to me with solutions that I wouldn't have even thought of myself that make perfect sense. So
Wow.
it doesn't matter hierarchy or anything, it's everyone comes together to try and figure it out. So yeah, that's definitely a good one. I noticed that the next question on there was what is it you actually do? So the differences to traditional bookkeepers and tax technicians. So for those listening who are looking to make a transition, as opposed to starting from scratch, how does it differ? What did they say?
So I'll quote one of the team members. They said that using standard accounting software to manage transaction, which may not include like special features for crypto transactions. So they use different software to reconcile crypto transactions, and traditional tax technicians provide tax advice based on conventional tax rules without the nuances of cryptocurrency taxation. Do you think that makes sense?
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a very good point. That's the main difference. I guess that there's an added requirement for software. To put it into layman's terms, the sheer volume of data that we can have as accountants is astronomical compared to your traditional accountant who deals with a sole trader. Just because some people can trade with bots, which can cause many transactions very quickly, we have to have software to compile that information into something a bit more palatable to then go forth with traditional bookkeeping, traditional tax work after that. So yeah.
Is it easy? Is it easy to get on board with the software and understand if you've already been doing the traditional accounting? I mean, how is it a challenge understanding the software? Does it take time, or it just comes naturally to accountants?
It's different. It's certainly different. So if you've done traditional accounting and you've used Xero or QuickBooks, let's say one of those, when the first time you use that, it's going to be very overwhelming. You need some guidance, training, and that's fine. That's normal. It's the same with the software that we use.
Okay.
It's going to be overwhelming, but yeah, I wouldn't shy away from it for that, because there's always going to be AI or software to aid with any job nowadays.
Correct. I agree. So that's taken care of then.
Yeah, exactly. And there's always going to be developments within the space as well. So I think we've got another question that said, so how do you learn about crypto to be able to do your job? So in the last episode, I talked about my experience and how I would go forth with it. But it's interesting to see what the team think and how the team do it, having already absorbed, hopefully, as much information as possible using sources that we recommend.
Most of them, I had to say that, they didn't have any information because there are no guidelines and regulations. So most of the information they got was from YouTube, from articles. They subscribed to like newsletters that kept them updated on different whatever the new changes, disruptive changes in the crypto industry. So most of the resources are online, and yeah, of course, people who've already been in crypto for a while, senior, that people like yourself, they've gained knowledge from. So yeah, that's where they got most of their knowledge from. But they're always open to learning new things. It's not that, oh, I've done this now, I know it all. one thing they kept telling me is that you can never, it's such a vast space. It's not like traditional accounting. There is so much to learn. You can never, stop learning because it's ever changing, so dynamic. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I will add that is once you start learning, it's not like everything you learn is new. It's just it's just building
Yeah.
upon what you've already learned. So once you learn staking and you move into liquidity pools, you can see similarities in it. You go, oh, okay, I see the differences and all
Mhm.
that. But yeah, it's good. It's good to hear that they are actively looking for resources outside
Outside.
of what I'm providing them, because it is crucial to learn, really. I will say that the ability to, I suppose, the passion about wanting to be one of the best in the crypto spaces is what probably drives
Right.
them, as far as I'm aware.
But they all seem very excited. When I was talking to them, they were all excited to share what they do, how it's done. So that was very encouraging.
I would love to one day get them on a podcast or something and just let absolute chaos ensue as some of the team just open up and say, "Oh, we can do this. This is how we do it. This."
But
I'm
that'll
sure
be
that
good.
will. Yeah, it'll be mad. So we also asked them the top tips for those wanting to work in the industry. So going forward, if you are someone who is uh, absolutely from scratch, so you've got no tax or accounting or crypto knowledge, all the way through to someone who wants to make the changeover, and I'm worried as to what they might have said,
You
but
need not be worried. They were so mature. I was surprised with the level of maturity in the answers. Like one of them said, keep an open mind, always be ready to learn new concepts. Working in this industry will not only help you stay ahead of the traditional accountants, but also provide you an idea to, manage your own cryptocurrency portfolio if you're interested. So yeah, and then having a strong foundation relating to various currencies, NFT projects, or working on a blockchain, to get a bigger picture of how things work. So a lot of advice was coming through with the conversation, and yeah, also one of them said that if you don't want to follow an orthodox, accounting profile, the same person in the last episode who said, I don't want to live a boring accountant's life. So if you don't want to follow a orthodox accounting profile and have keen interest in different financial markets, so this is the place to be. Give it a shot.
I like that. Now, I know we have a laugh and I know we joke around and we say, oh, we're surprised, but genuinely, as hopefully our listeners can understand, we do operate very light-hearted. We spend most of our time together, obviously working, but we make sure we uphold the highest level of professionalism, like I said, integrity and accountability for every single client, and we're always learning and pushing hard. I'm a strong believer that, you know, just because you have a sense of humor and
I
and you can
agree.
enjoy your day
I
with your
agree.
colleagues, you
Absolutely.
know, it does not
100%.
your work. In fact, personally, that encourages me to hire someone because it's you spend most of your time at work. You go
Exactly.
enjoy it, definitely.
Definitely. I agree.
So, in terms of the skills that are needed for moving into the space, and I think the guys have quite comfortably managed to summarize that. I just wanted to add that um, there is no escape from understanding tax and understanding
Mm-hmm.
accountancy at all. It's the fundamentals of crypto accounting, no matter where you are and who you are. Now, it does mean there's a new industry opening for these specialists, perhaps. Maybe more accountants will start to move into it as a sort of side thing to their business, like an added bow to their string, if you like. Yes, it might go away, but it's very unlikely. The blockchain technology is just once you get to the crux of it, it will blow your mind for several reasons. And I know we touched upon it earlier on, but what's it like in India with the blockchain technology? Like, I understand that you're not a crypto expert, um, But I wanted to know, as a sort of a layperson within the crypto space, what are your thoughts about blockchain or crypto, and where's it going? Do you see any uses for it,
There are a
or
lot
do you
of
just not
there are a
believe in
lot
it?
of people who are invested and who work in the crypto space here, but I think one negative aspect about crypto in India is that it's heavily taxed, almost 30% over 30%. So I think it kind of makes the whole, what's the point of it all? So maybe there's a slight negative connotation, but I think the way crypto is taking over the globe, I think India will soon have to catch up. It wouldn't have any choice, but to make it a little more relaxed at least.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. I didn't actually know that India would tax it about 30%. Some places in the world don't tax it at all. Many places have different guidance and different legislation, and local rules, if you like. In the UK, it's 10%, 20%, and we're not shy of taxing people. So it's no wonder people in India perhaps
Yeah,
think, is there any
yeah,
point
yeah. But I
in
don't think
taxing
that's
those
going to
people?
stay very long since there's so many people involved in it, and you have to catch up with how the world is moving. So I see it getting a little more relaxed and, easier on people's pockets, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly it. I don't want to go too much into the politics of taxation, because that could be a whole episode in itself. But yeah, that makes sense. I know from previous episode we mentioned the crypto asset reporting framework, which is being developed and tweaked at the moment. There's also in the UK, we've got guidance that is currently being questioned by the public and by HMRC, and they are going through the process of potentially changing
Mhm.
it. We don't know yet. Depends how they see the call for evidence going. I think that shows positive steps moving forward, that
There's
they're
an
willing to
openness
change
to it.
guidance
Yeah.
and hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because no one really knows what's going on just yet, because it's all relatively new in the grand scheme of things. And until something goes to tribunal and actually sets
Hmm.
the law, it's going to be very, what's kind of fitting the bill here, which is fine, because in the UK at least we have a framework sort of guidance approach to accounting, where we say
In
as
this
long as it's
framework,
in this sort of framework,
it's
it's
fine. Yeah.
fine. Whereas, say, America, for example, they have what's called, I think it's Sarbanes-Oxley, which is, this is exactly how you do it. End of. There's no sort of
It's
room for
rigid, you mean?
maneuverability. Yeah, exactly. I think in the UK we're a bit more lucky, I guess, that we get to have a bit
Hmm.
more of a leash, I guess. But it also allows for growth and development
Which
within
is
the
good.
area, which is nice.
Hopefully, we'll follow suit soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So I suppose to round up the episode, before we go into our next bit, the future for crypto accounting, crypto taxation is looking fine, I suppose, is how I'd round it up. For those wanting to move into the industry from tax or accounting from a traditional perspective, don't worry, you still need to know all that. You'll just learn other things. It's a bit more
Yeah.
exciting, if I'm honest, but again, that's preferential taste. The skills and understanding that you learn from the blockchain, from the crypto space, is definitely transferable, even if you don't stick in it forever or change your mind or
So
something goes wrong. So
I'm glad you
again,
mentioned that because I was going to
go on.
ask you, what are the opportunities you see for the individuals who are interested in entering the crypto accounting job market?
Yeah, so the obvious one would be, you would be highly sought after for at least a short period of time, because there's not many people that have that knowledge yet. Lots of clients
Right,
need that knowledge. There's
right.
a big difference. Not many have the knowledge to deal with it. So lots of opportunity there, to the point where if someone came across my desk with their CV right now and it said crypto tax experience, there's 100% chance I'm going to interview them. It's an hour of my life. Even if the rest of the CV looks rubbish, I'm going to give them a chance,
It's a
because if they've got
niche
experience, I
experience,
want to know what
niche
that is.
expertise. Yeah.
So there's loads of opportunity from there. It's highly transferable. We've got I can't imagine. I'll be surprised if a CFO position for a DeFi entity wouldn't be appropriate in the future. Let's say, and that's big bucks if you like.
Big bucks is always good.
It's very, again, yeah. And even if that doesn't work out, you still got the fallback
Traditional.
of traditional accountancy, traditional
Correct.
information, traditional CFO stuff, and it's weird calling it traditional when it's just
Right.
not crypto.
Right. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to chat about. What do you think is? Do you think I've missed anything from the opportunity side? Do you think there's anything that you can
No,
see?
I just know for a fact that there is a lot of demand, and I don't see it reducing anytime soon. So here at Dot, we're always looking for talent, and especially people who are open to adapting and learning new skills such as crypto. So if there's anyone out there who is not afraid to learn new things and they want to expand their knowledge beyond traditional accounting, so then connect with Dot and Myna.
Yeah, that sounds spot on. And just to really emphasize, I think almost everyone, or everyone in my team, and and everyone in the Myna team that is billable, if you like, they're all studying or have studied ACCA, CTA, ATT, AAT, whatever it might be. There's not a lax on these governing bodies and putting value into you
Right.
guys as individuals, if you like.
Yeah, we have a lot of ACCA aspirants, people who are pursuing the ACCA, people are studying for their chartered accountants. So there's no limit to how far and how further you can, study or. So yeah, we're very open to that. We in fact encourage them. So yeah, that's how it is. I thought.
Yeah, it's good to know. I mean, I'm personally, and I'm sure the firm would back me up in this, we're not, it's not all about the accreditation, it's not all about the letters after your name, but it helps, and your knowledge and the amount of knowledge that you can absorb is always admirable. I'm very keen on education, to the point, I don't know if I've actually told you, Janita, but I think in the next 2 or 3 months, I'm waiting on some details. I'm looking to be a guest lecturer at some universities talking about crypto taxation. So
really, that's wonderful. That's great.
Yeah.
That's good. That'll be good.
Just trying to.
Yeah, what's the point of having all that knowledge if you can't share it with the world, right? I love that.
Yeah, exactly. And don't get me wrong, it might be bad for business to a certain degree, but there's so much work out there for everyone.
That's great. I'm so glad you're doing that.
Yeah, education. Thank you. Yeah, education is number one. So yeah, it's been an interesting conversation, Janita. It's flown by. It's absolutely flown by. Last minute sort of comments on how people can get in touch with you again.
We're on LinkedIn, the .hq. You can also reach us out via our website. We have a contact us form, and yeah, give us a shout, drop us a line on LinkedIn. I think that's the fastest way to get in touch with us, and we'll get in touch with you.
Perfect. And if anybody outside of sort of Mumbai and India want to get hold of me directly, Google Myna accountants and you'll get a contact form, and just ask for me, Jamie Nuttall, the head of crypto tax, and I will certainly call you back or get in touch to see how we can help. So on that note, Janita, thank you again so much. It's been a pleasure. Your knowledge, your company is wonderful as ever. I hope many people take away loads of things from this in terms of the future for crypto accountants and how to get stuck in.
Thanks, Jamie. I really appreciate you having me here.
Anytime. Maybe we can do another one.
Let's do it soon.
And thank you to all our listeners as usual. Hopefully you've got something from this, because I certainly have. Until next time.